Hello guys, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're going through so much pain, but everyone around is excited. Hello guys, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Linda, and on this channel I share videos related to motherhood, to career, to lifestyle, to my all-time favorite hobby, which is DIY. So guys, today we're talking about a movie on Netflix. The name of this movie is For Maria Ebun Pataki. It's a movie on Netflix about a young woman who had a painful traumatic childbirth, and following that she developed symptoms and signs of postpartum depression, which subsequently led to her having committing suicide. Yes, that was what happened. It's a very sad ending, and why it really gets to me is because this is a reality in an environment that we often attribute to other causes. Many women have had to suffer very additional traumatic experiences just because they had postpartum depression that was not diagnosed, but was probably blamed on some kind of fetish effect or cultural things to explain postpartum depression, but not actually the real reason why it's happening. Okay, so I'm glad, number one, I acknowledge the producers of this movie, the director, the actors and actresses, the person who wrote the story. I acknowledge the fact that they did a good job for bringing postpartum depression as a problem in our society to limelight. Okay, because we need to start talking about it, and it's only sometimes movies are the best way. Movies offer a very good platform for you to tell a story, because then people are able to watch it and understand what it feels like or what it looks like, because trust me, you don't really know what it feels like just by watching it, but you can have an idea what it looks like for the person who goes through postpartum depression. Okay, so in this movie I'm going to highlight to you the things I liked about this movie. Number one, I like the fact that they kind of really painted the social factors that trigger or predispose one to postpartum depression very well. I also like the fact that they were able to paint some of the signs and symptoms very well as well. And then the only thing I didn't like was that I felt like some of the medical errors, right? They didn't cross their eyes, they didn't cross all their T's, they didn't dot all their I's. And I'm using this opportunity to tell any movie director that is watching this movie, if you're directing a medical movie and you need somebody that will give you medical consultation on how to, like, if you need someone to help you cross those T's and dot those I's, I am available for business. You can always reach me. My Gmail is down in a link below for you to reach me, so that you can create a movie that sells across to all audience like a professional movie. So let's get into the social factors they painted. So in this movie, there was a young lady, her name is Darren, and Darren had to deal with a very painful childbirth process. Now, in the process of delivering her child, she lost so much blood in the theater, and in order to control the blood loss, they had to do a hysterectomy for her, which is often a last resort to uncontrollable blood loss postpartum hemorrhage. Okay, so I'm going to use very layman terms here so that we can all go along. So if blood loss is so much and all the other things that have been tried are not able to control that loss, usually the doctor might have to go in and take out the womb. So they had to take out her womb after her first child delivery in order to control blood loss. Now, that must have been so traumatic. Childbirth on its own is an emotional stressor. Being a first-time mom with all that anxiety is stressful. And then having to add the additional thought that your womb has been taken out because of uncontrollable blood loss during that delivery process must have been so much to deal with for her at that particular point in time. So that is number one factor that I identified as one of the predisposing factors for her. So the next thing that happened I noticed was that she had to go home with the family, and just like it's a common thing in our environment, but I'm happy that it's beginning to wear off. But A lot of people become so concerned about the baby. That's a good thing, right? You as a mother, you're even concerned about the baby. But when it begins to look like you're invincible, right? You're going through so much pain, but everyone around is excited. I know you're excited because the baby has been born, but can somebody see me? Can somebody understand I'm going through pain? Can somebody just say, how are you? Hello, what's going on? You're strong, something to make you to uplift you, not just all about the baby. Okay, so from that postpartum, from that hysterectomy, coming back to the house, they went from child naming and all of that. Everyone just got busy and excited around her, except her. So she started getting withdrawn from the environment. She kept on getting withdrawn from the people around her. She couldn't even bond with her baby. And while all of this was happening, in some scenes you could see her partner's mom getting angry at her for not being able to breastfeed her baby, throwing blames at her for not being a good mom. Why can't she breastfeed her child? Why can't she produce food for her baby? Why is she saying she can't eat? Why is she saying she's not feeling hungry, when it's her role as a mother to make sure that she eats even if she doesn't feel like eating, just so that the baby can have enough food? That must be a lot to deal with at any point. Okay, nobody needs that blame game in that postpartum phase. They were able to show us when she started withdrawing her from her environment. We're able to see her lose interest in the things that she liked doing. We're able to see her have difficulty in bonding with her baby. She wasn't just excited. I remember a time when her friend came, and I think she was faking sleep. I don't think she was really sleeping then. She just shut her eyes and acted like she was sleeping. Okay, she just wanted to be alone. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms you experience, that people who have postpartum depression will experience. It's good that this movie was acted, and I'm taking this time to explain it because in case it happens to somebody around you, okay, the statistics is 1 in 10 that 1 in 10 women who have children who go through childbirth could have postpartum depression globally. In case it happens to somebody around you, will you be able to identify it? Will you be able to help that person? Now, postpartum depression is different from postpartum blues. Postpartum blues is the one that happens within the first 2 weeks. It's just basically that transitioning to motherhood can be difficult, right? A lot of people can feel tearful, feel anxious during that period, but within that 2 weeks period, it ends. It doesn't exceed 2 weeks, and they begin to feel like their normal selves. They start adjusting to the changes. But if it extends beyond 2 weeks, and then you start noticing additional symptoms, like maybe frightening thoughts, like they want to harm the baby or they want to harm themselves, then you need to call for help. Okay, you need to help them call for help. So like I said, I like that they went through the social factors. I like that I went through the symptoms that I mentioned. Now, at this point in this video, I want to talk about some additional social factors or other factors that can predispose one to postpartum depression. And then I'll also talk about what you can do to help somebody who has postpartum depression. Trust me when I say that delivering a child, going through 9 months, delivering that child is a stressor, okay? And I'm an Igbo girl, and that is one of the reasons why I think that our culture brings about the whole Omugo thing, because it really helps you settle into motherhood. Somebody needs to be there to pamper you and help you transition. So support system doesn't necessarily have to be your mother, it doesn't have to be your husband. If you don't have that, it is totally okay to seek additional support. This can be in church groups. Get close to a woman who is elderly or who is older, who you see like a mother figure or who sees you like a daughter figure, okay, during that pregnancy period. Bond with her so that when you need that support after delivery, she'll be there for you. Go for your antenatal services and meet other women who are pregnant. Someone you can just pick up the phone and say, Omo, babe, you need someone you can talk to, okay, that understands you, someone that feels that what you're feeling is pressure, okay? So you need to build your support system. It's also part of preparing for delivery. In fact, it doesn't even stop at building your support system. It goes as far as building that first 1 month after your childbirth. Let me give you an instance. When I had my first child, I know the things that can make me feel low. I don't like to be caught on fresh. And I imagine that sometimes we'll have visitors and I'm not looking my best. Not like my best, but I'm not looking presentable. I don't want someone to hurry me and say, oh yeah, come now, babe, please just come and see people, say hello. That whole feeling of, oh, I'm not looking so wonderful, I don't want to see people, I don't want to see people. I feel like if I settle into that feeling for a long time, it could become hard to come out of it. So one of the things I did preparing for delivery, while shopping for the baby, shopping for every of the things that baby needed, I shopped for myself. I shopped matching outfits, colors that make me feel as in elated, bright colors that I would just, as in I had like a set of 6 for that first week postpartum. So I didn't have to think about, oh, what will I wear today in the house because visitors will be coming and all of that. I had what to wear, packed out and planned. So that was one of the things I did during my preparatory phase, and I think it really helped me when the baby came, because then there was so much to think about, but I was able to, you know, come out every day, look at the mirror and say, yes, I got this, I'm working towards this, I have it, I don't have it fully figured out, but I am in control, I'm in charge, and God has my back, and we will get to our destination. Okay, so that is one of the things I think that we take lightly, preparing for even yourself, because you need to support yourself and you need people to support you and your activities during that period. If someone has a difficult relationship with their spouse, it could also be a trigger for postpartum depression. Recent stressful life events, like if you recently just lost your mom or a friend or your dad, that could also be a trigger for postpartum depression. If there's a family history of mental illnesses, that could also be a trigger for postpartum depression. What do you do when you have postpartum depression? I really hope that at this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and put on the notification button. That is your way of appreciating me and all I've been saying so far. That is your way of engaging with my content to help promote it on the YouTube platform, okay, and get more people watching it and learning about postpartum depression. So please subscribe. I really need your engagement with this video. Remember to also leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you feel about postpartum depression. Have you had any of your friends go through this, any of your loved ones go through this? How did your family react to it? How did you react to it? How did the person cope? Okay, we need to get talking about this problem because it is real, and until we raise our voices united together, that is when we start getting the result that we need. In, you know, people begin to know about it. So what do you do when you have postpartum depression? It's not time to tell the person your mates have been doing it, why can't you do it? That is not the time. You need to seek professional help for this person that you love. Okay, yes, you're going to be doing things around to, like, you know, trying to find exciting activities, trying to help them eat healthier, trying to help them look their best, trying to help them stay, you know, you just want, as a human being, you just want to see them happy. So you might be doing 1 or 2 things that you know normally would excite the person. But remember, I told you that they usually have lots of interest in the things that they like doing, and it's an illness, so it's not as if they are intentionally losing interest. You might find that no matter how hard you try, the person might not just be able to gain back interest in that, which is why you will need professional help. You will have to reach out to a psychologist, a trained psychologist, to help them. Please let this person understand at this point in time that they are not bad people because they have postpartum depression, that it doesn't make them less of a mother in any way because they have postpartum depression, that nobody will take their baby away from them. Nobody has the right to take away their baby from them because they have postpartum depression. Okay, so you help them seek help, get engaged with the psychologist who will render the services. Also, be nice, be kind in your words, be kind in your dealings. Whatever you think might have been the social factors that might have triggered it, and if you have the capacity to address those things, please address them. For instance, I like the step that Maria's husband took in that movie when she said that his mom was speaking to her in a condescending manner, that she wanted his mom out of the house for that time period so that she could heal. He listened, and despite how close you could see that he was with his mom, he made it happen that the mom had to leave. But the reality that set in there was that there was no support to replace the support that she was offering. Okay, I think that if that was a real life scenario, maybe having somebody come in as a nanny or as a housekeeper to help her with certain things in the house would have also been of help to her. Okay, so if you, in addition to the professional care that you provide to the person, if there are social factors you can address, please address them. Is there somebody who is speaking to her in a manner she doesn't like? Please, can you make sure that that person doesn't always engage with her as much as possible? Is there is she having a difficult time coping with house chores and taking care of the baby? Is she having sleepless nights? Can you get someone to come into the house and help her with some chores so that she can sleep sometimes? Okay, these are some of the things that you can help her to address. Okay, and we hope that if there's anyone watching this who's going through postpartum depression, or who knows someone who's going through postpartum depression, please, you are not alone. You can always seek help. You can always get in touch with a clinical psychologist. Okay, don't let them tell you it's a spiritual problem, or it is fetish, or it is from your forefathers. Get help. Okay, now we have come to the end of this. Let me tell you the thing I didn't like about this movie. Which woman that had cesarean section gets on a sewing machine about a week after? So, like that part, I was just like, what is going on? I'm sure it was just one of those gaps in the movie making process. Okay, so that is one thing I noticed. And then again, I noticed that the baby was about a week old or so, and the baby had achieved head control. Baby. What kind of baby is this? Oh my god. Like, I couldn't hold myself. But like, just like, as you can see, these are not really major things, but it just tells you that I feel that when directors are trying to do a medical movie, please reach out to us. We are available to help give you a medical consult on how to cross your T's and dot your I's in your medical movie. I will be available to support and help. I mean, I want to see more well-packaged medical movies in our Nollywood industry. Okay, it's something I would really like to see, because if you're going to be giving medical education to people, then it has to be holistic. You have to cross your T's and dot your I's, so that in the process of transferring knowledge, you do not also transfer something that is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, so well done to the whole team that worked on this movie. Meg Otanwa, you were an amazing actress in that movie. Gabriel Afolayan, I mean, you're always amazing, so that's not new. And the director of that movie, you also did a great job. Well done. If you like this movie, my perspective on this movie, you know what to do. Subscribe. Please subscribe, because I want this channel to keep growing. I want you guys to engage. I want you guys to interact with this video. Okay, what is your thought on postpartum depression? What do you think about the movie? Are you going to watch it because of me? I want to know in the comment section. Just, you know, just express yourself there. Okay, right guys, have a lovely day, and see you next time when I post another YouTube video.